it saved my life. I wasn't going to be able to take care of my children and pay the rent and, give them like the basics.
Yeah.
Like, what was I going to do? People are like, they want you dead. They don't want you, they're not just get off the show. It's like, you're dead, your kids should be taken away. It's like, you do not lead with your best BJ.
You do not lead
with your best
with
BJ.
the double hand twist.
No.
I have a question. Did everyone sign their consent forms? Because this conversation is going to get a little dirty.
Woo, woo.
Please welcome my favorite.
Be careful there.
Oh,
Second favorite.
The second favorite housewife of all time. Brandi Glanville, everyone. Welcome to Just a Sip.
Thank you for having me. Can I drink now?
Yes, you can drink now. You can
cheers.
drink now. Cheers.
Whew, a little hungover, so this'll be good.
Had a rough night, honey?
Yeah.
So you're filming.
Yes.
Do not tell me if you're back, if you're holding a diamond. I don't want to know. I don't want to ruin it.
I mean, like, I think I cried. I almost hit someone.
It's getting real.
It's no joke, and I forgot how stressful it can be. It's like a middle-aged women gang.
Because people think you just show up at a restaurant,
or
you
they think
order
it's
a
fake.
lobster chat. Yeah, you order a lobster salad, you have a glass of wine,
No.
and they cover it, and it's fine, and that's what you guys do. But this is an actual job.
This is your real life, and when people think it's scripted, I'm like, if it was scripted, that would be a blessing.
Yeah.
Tell me what to say, because the that comes out of my mouth, I'm like, why did I say it? Why? But I just can't help myself sometimes.
Yeah.
Yeah. And hence the lawsuits and all the and the trouble I get into.
But do you ever feel the pressure to say things because you feel like your job depends on it, or is it because that's who you truly are?
I personally don't, but I see some other women feeling like they got to get their foot in the game. Like they're not relevant this season because they're not involved in the fighting. And that's when I feel it's like it looks fake.
It looks fake.
Because you don't care about this fight, so don't get into it.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? I'm not getting in a fight with anyone that if it doesn't involve me or someone I care about.
Because the fight that you had with Lisa Vanderpump was real.
Oh my! I mean, $100,000 real. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It was real. For me, I'm 100% real. On that show, are there people that I think not necessarily on Beverly Hills, but
In the franchise.
In the franchise, fake it for the cameras? Yeah.
I'm happy you brought that up because I had a tweet. Where is it?
God.
Oh my God, you said something the other day and I was
Oh, yes.
So you tweeted out and you said, if you sign up for a reality show, any and all skeletons you have in the closet will come out eventually. You can't have secrets and expect to keep them ever. So it's just best to be honest and own it.
As you know, there's somebody on the show that she's not being herself. She's faking it, and she has some skeletons in the closet, and guess what? They're out.
It's coming out.
I brought them out.
Woo,
I opened the closet. I was like, come on out. Don't call me a liar, because I will ruin your life. Not ruin your life, but don't call me a liar, because I'm not a liar.
You're a liar.
And I sometimes defend myself too much? Yes. But it's a reaction.
Yeah.
I wish I didn't have it, this temper that
You're a Scorpio.
Yeah.
The stinger comes out.
I love hard and I fight hard.
Okay, take me back to the beginning of you getting on the show. What was your expectation walking into that first day? And what did you think you were getting yourself into?
I honestly was so wasted, I had no idea, but that's the truth. Well, because I was going through a divorce and I was a mess. And I didn't really know that much about the franchise. I saw like Orange County here and there. I was just like, yeah, I'll do it. What do you want? And they're like, well.
Because you were a single woman.
I was a single mom. I had no money. And I don't have any talent. I mean, I had talent, but I can't get paid for it. Well, I mean, maybe I could.
You could get paid for it.
I think in Amsterdam you can. But no, I mean, like, what was I going to do? I had to hustle. Like, okay, I was doing anything and everything I could to just pay the rent.
Yeah.
Because we were, our funds were being held up while we were fighting over custody. So I didn't have money. I had nothing.
And when did you meet Eddie Cibrian? How old were you?
I was 23. We met at Granville, a nightclub. And then we were together for 13 years.
Now, look, Eddie Cibrian.
He's hot.
Hot.
Yeah.
Is the sex as good as I think it's going to be?
I don't remember.
Wait.
I know that's crazy.
Wait. How are you married to someone for 13 years?
I know.
And you can't remember what the sex was like?
It had to be good.
You kept on going back.
I mean, it had to be good for a long time. But I mean, I remember like the size and everything was great.
Yes.
But I don't like. I feel like I blocked it out because I see them now. I don't even see him. I don't.
You don't see him as a sexual person.
He's like the father of my children. We were just together at Thanksgiving, and he's just a dude in the room. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's
Did you ever think in a million years that you would be sitting at a Thanksgiving Day feast with Leanne and Eddie?
No, I mean, it did take 10 years. When we were together on Mother's Day, we all went out for dinner with his mom and her and myself, and it's what the kids want, and I will do anything for my children, anything. And that's when they're the happiest, when we're all together, we're not fighting, they know that there's no bad blood. So I don't have an issue with it now.
Yes, but listen, we had seen the reports, we've read the headlines, we watched the show. There was bad blood between all three of you. And I have to say, I'm super proud to say that you turned it around, because you did. But what was that moment? When did you say, okay, listen, I'm just going to be the bigger person at this point?
You know, I think I was fighting for so long, but the kids started to notice it. They never knew.
Because they were young.
Yeah, they were young. And I've never said a bad word about their father in front of them ever. But
what about Leanne?
Well, nope, I didn't. I really wouldn't. We call them Dolly and Kenny. That's our code. Me and my book agent. We're like, Dolly's a little bit crazy today. You know, like that was our code. And they didn't know that for a long time. But then they started to kind of figure it out. I'm like, you know what? This is just ridiculous. And at a point, I realized I could keep fighting with her about certain things, but they were never going to change those certain things. So why?
Yeah.
I'm getting too old for this. I don't need it anymore. So like, you're always going to post pictures of my children for the rest of my life. And it's not going to change. I could fight with you for the rest of my life about it. Not going to change. So, you know what? Might as well be in the background of that picture.
Done. We have to move on.
They're too precious to me. And I'd rather fight with middle-aged housewives that I don't really give a about.
So for anybody out there who says they can't be cool with their baby daddy and his new wife.
It takes time. It takes time.
But why don't you write that book? Like, why don't you tell that story? Because I feel like...
Well, I just started, girl.
But The Woman Scorned is a very relatable story. There are a lot of women that go through infidelity.
Yeah.
What was the hardest part about that infidelity for you to let go?
I think, well, he was the love of my life. You know, I had kids with him, and in my head, we had a perfect marriage. We had a great sex life. Everything was great. So for people to think that we had... because he was cheating, like, you know, afterwards, we had a really bad marriage. Can you imagine what was going on? I'm like, no, we didn't. So I feel like that was the hardest part. Like, I just kept on wanting to tell people, like, all my friends knew. They were in shock. Like,
because it was good.
Right. We were planning our next couples vacation. Like, we were the happiest. They all told me I was crazy and that it wasn't happening. They're like, you're crazy. But you know, when you know as a Scorpio, you know.
You know.
I was like, okay, maybe I am crazy, but I know. And I knew, and, you know, I think it was just, I was just so broken and heartbroken and devastated and in shock, really.
Yeah.
You know?
Because you had this foundation and you had this love and you have these two beautiful kids, and now the pieces of your life are totally broken, and you have been relying on this dude.
Yeah, he was the caretaker. I went to high school, and then I modeled, and then I met him, and that was it. I didn't have a skill set. I'm not that I'm not smart. Of course, if I need to do something, I'll go figure it out.
You just didn't have the traditional.
Right. When you fall into modeling at 17, it's not like you went to college.
Yeah.
You know, so my job was being a wife and a mom, and I made breakfast, lunch, and dinner. I got the kids to school on time, took care of the man. Like, that was my role, and I loved it.
Yeah.
And so when the rug kind of got pulled out from underneath me, it was like sink or swim, bitch. Like, what are you going to do?
So you got on the boat, which was Real Housewives of Beverly Hills.
I drowned myself first in some wine. And then when that came around, I'm like, whatever you need me to do.
Were you mad at Bravo at all whenever you got that phone call that you were not going to be on the season after?
I knew. You know, you're waiting for the call to see, and I told...
Because they keep you on pins and needles.
Yeah, they wait until the last minute. People think, oh, you're coming back now. You don't know until right before. And I had this weird gut feeling, and I don't really know why. I told my agent, I said, I don't think they're having me back. And he's like, you're crazy. All of the drama's around you. I go, yeah, I don't have any friends. Like, there's no point for me to be there. Right? So if you don't have
Yeah.
any friends, why are you hanging out with this group? So I literally had, Yolanda was leaving. That was my only friend. Kim was leaving. Those were my 2 friends. They were gone.
The 2 allies that you had in the show were gone, and you couldn't show your children.
So why would I be in that group? I knew it. And I was scared, but also relieved. I was waking up with a smile every day going, I don't have a job. But I was happy for some reason. And then I realized I was just taking it all too personally. You know,
Yeah.
it is a personal show and it is your life, but it's just not that serious.
Yeah.
Like,
You're a successful woman. You have a successful
you.
podcast.
Yeah.
You have a successful YouTube series. Would you ever do a I Love New York style or, Flavor Flav? Would you ever do one of those dating shows where men come
yes.
and try to like get at you?
Yes. Are you kidding? In a heartbeat. I don't know that that's something that people want to watch.
I think people would watch it.
I don't know.
This is why I think people will watch it. I think a lot of people start over where they have a second chance at love. A. B, I think a lot of people love that you are so brash and you will say exactly what's on your mind. And I think people also want to see what kind of guys does Brandi Glanville go for?
But you realize, when you start seeing a guy, you don't let them see that crazy for like 3 years.
Oh, no, I let mine out 3 months.
Oh, so I like my whole thing was 3 years before you
get crazy.
Exactly. You don't let them know right away. But now I can't hide it because everyone knows it's on TV. So I can't even fake it anymore. And when people see me, they expect me to be like yelling and doing, and that's not always who I am. Reality TV ruined my romantic life. But listen, I'm able to provide, and I get dick. Like I'm good.
You get the dick.
I can't keep it because I'm getting younger guys, and what is that gonna do? I'm gonna be 50 in 3 years.
Oh, I can't do the younger man.
I know, but that's all the only guys ask me out are younger.
It's because you look the way you do.
You're sweet, but I think it's because the older guys are dating girls that are 19.
I hate that.
It's what's happening.
It's in Los Angeles.
Yes.
It's an infection.
It is.
The one thing that's f***ing up my game is that once you have bomb sex, it's hard to accept mediocre sex.
1,000%. That's why I say when you're given a BJ, you do not lead with your best BJ.
You do not lead
with your best
with
BJ.
the double hand twist.
No.
Somersaults.
You wait until things are on the rocks a little, and then you break it out, and then you bring them back in. So, I got it all figured out.
Wait,
but I'm single.
You can't lead with it.
No, you can't.
You can't.
You have nowhere to go but down.
You can't show them finale.
Get it?
Yes. You cannot show them the finale.
You just got to show them it's in there when things are a little rocky.
Yes. Do you prioritize good looks, a lot of money, or good sex? Like how in your 3?
It's all about chemistry for me. And my last guy that I was dating was a waiter, and I paid for everything, and that sucked. But he was amazing at what he was doing.
Putting it down.
Yes, like crazy, and he was the man. He made me feel little, and I'm a tall girl.
Yeah.
He was just throwing it around.
Because broke dick is the best dick.
Exactly.
Because they have to prove something. They can't pay for.
Exactly.
They can't put a deposit down on anything. Nope. That credit card might get
what credit card?
Yeah, right.
Right.
But the dick go come through.
Right.
What's the best sex you ever had?
Oof. I dated a professional athlete for a while. I will say he was a basketball player. Real good. Yeah.
Was he a black man?
No, but I have dated 2 black men, and I did date this one actor that was black. That sex was, he had specially made condoms. It was ridiculous.
Okay, you're going to write his motherfucking number down.
Yeah, you know exactly who. I'll tell you after. You know exactly who he is.
Oh my God. What do you mean?
Oh, he's
Specially
so hot.
made condoms. Was it that big?
Yes. And it kind of destroyed my vagina because I just had it tightened. I'm like, why couldn't you just have a normal sized penis? Because he was good at everything.
It's crazy.
I like it to be proportioned to the person's body, but big enough big enough. I mean, I've dated short guys. I've dated everyone, basically. Like short guys, Jewish guys, black guys, Mexican guys, Cuban guys. Like, you name it. I dated women. I've tried it all.
What was it like the first time you were with a woman?
Amazing, actually.
Did
amazing.
she pursue you or did you pursue her?
It was mutual, and I've always liked women, and Eddie knew that, and it used to drive him crazy. He's like, "Why do you give off so many lesbian vibes?" I'm like, "You know, like I made out with all my girlfriends in front of you. Like, what are you talking about?"
Don't men like that? Like straight men?
He did like it until
don't you straight men like that? Look. Yes, camera guys like hell yeah.
he liked it until he thought I wanted it to be more like
Of a thing.
yeah, like he was all for like waist up,
Yeah.
but yeah,
PG-13.
yeah.
Tell me about the first time you were with a woman.
It was in Europe, and I was modeling, and we lived in a model's apartment. Everyone's beautiful. I think she was Dutch. I feel like she just had a really strong accent.
That's what I mean by you and Yolanda connected.
yeah. I mean, I would. She's hot. She's beautiful.
Beautiful.
It's ridiculous. But I was drinking a lot and doing a lot of other recreational drugs at the time because that's what you do when you're in Europe and you're 19 and they're all in front of you. I don't know. It just happened. We were living together. Like, we were legit living together, and she was just beautiful. And she was like, I need to be the girl in the situation. She was beautiful, but kind of like, she was the butch kind of. She was like the dude more.
She had the more masculine energy.
Exactly.
She was the top.
Yeah, exactly.
She was the top.
Yeah. I mean, is there a top with women?
I think there is like I call it big dick energy.
Yeah.
Like when somebody walks in and they want to take control
I definitely
of something.
I'm always the girl. That's for sure.
You always the girl.
Yeah, but with a guy, I'm definitely a top.
It's weird.
It is weird.
It's weird that you like flip it.
Yeah, I guess at like some point we all want to feel like that damsel in distress, like a little, like a pretty little girl. Like, I guess we all want that at some point.
It's because you trust women more.
Yeah.
That you let yourself.
I wish I could be a full-time lesbian. I wish.
That's the thing. You let yourself go with women, and you let women. You feel protected in the space, so you let them go about it. But with a man, you have to be in control because you don't truly.
But women are loyal.
Fully trust. Women are loyal.
I would love just to be in a relationship with someone I trusted.
And doesn't matter if it's a man or a woman.
No, well, no, but generally the people that I really, really fall for are men.
Now let me ask you this question. You have kids who are of the age where they're about to go through their hormonal moments.
About to?
Are going through their hormonal moments.
Yes.
How would you explain to them if they felt like they didn't know where they lied on the spectrum, or if they were confused, or if you had that mother's intuition that one of your sons may or may not be gay?
I was blessed with hippie parents. They literally, every gay man was sleeping on our couch. I got kicked out of his house. They were like, where do babies come from? Well, a woman has a vagina. Man. Like, it was just like straight up, here's all the information. So I did exactly the same thing with my children.
You kept it open.
But yes, but it's a different time now. There's not a stigma that was back in the day when I was growing up, I'm 47. Back then, it wasn't as acceptable. Now, like, half my kids' friends are gay. And they're openly gay, and that's at high school. But that's not how I grew up. You weren't allowed to say you were gay when I grew up. And so now it's a conversation, but they have it so much easier.
Yeah.
I mean, and all my friends are gay, so like if they were, they would just tell me.
Yeah. Because you have that open moment. That is crazy that this generation has no idea.
They don't have any
struggle.
idea. They have no clue.
They'll never know the struggle.
None. And it's shocking. I mean, I'm so happy for them. We've come a long way.
Yeah. We have come a long way.
But too bad it didn't happen before. But I guess that, we all have to go through that journey. But I feel blessed having kids now and not when my parents had them. Because people were getting kicked out of their house for being gay in my neighborhood. Like, it was not okay.
It was not an okay place. What was it like having parents who were so open and help people who were on hard times?
I mean, I think it just taught us compassion. Like that was that compassion with everyone. And, for the longest time I wanted to dress like a boy. I had a short haircut. I don't know what I was doing, but they were like, yeah, do what you're gonna do. And now I look back, I'm like, why did you give me the bowl cut? Like, why? I think I was just rebelling because my sister was so girly and so pretty. And so I just wanted to be the opposite of her. But I feel like my parents were just like, yeah, you want to wear that? Wear that. We went
do it.
Yeah. Like, I got in so much trouble because we went to a Methodist school, a Baptist school, a Lutheran school, every school that was religious, because all of our schools around us were like drive-bys happening. So they put us in every different religion.
Where the did you grow up?
Exactly. In Sacramento. The same street as Nina Parker. We grew up on this street.
No.
Girl, it was like Bloods and Crips and then my white ass.
That's crazy. Yeah. Obviously, we run in the same circles, and I just so happened to trip over and see you at the last Real Housewives all-cast event where the cameras were. That's how I found out that you were dabbling back into the show.
Yes. You saw my microphone pack?
I saw your microphone pack and I was like, hello, she is back. What's it like after taking that break, going back into that arena that caused you so much stress and caused you so much psoriasis? Were you hesitant or are you still in that fight or flight mode?
I feel like because I've done so many other reality shows, it was easier coming back in because in my head it wasn't that serious.
Because you know the game now.
Yeah, I mean, I think I'm not taking things on as heavily as I did before. Like, it's not that serious, and I need to I have a therapist now who I love. He's just like, who cares? Why do you care? And I'm like, you know what? Why do I care?
The online hate for a housewife is by far some of the nastiest because people truly think they know you because
You're
you open
in their
up.
living
You're in
rooms.
their living rooms and they're in your closet and they're.
And it's your real name. You're not an actor.
No, it's not. It's you.
Yeah.
And I feel like you guys have been so real and so intimate with fans that sometimes it gets a little bit much. Was there ever any time that social media came on your ass and you couldn't handle it?
Are you kidding? So, I mean, I think that was a huge part of my depression. I was over drinking. I was depressed. I was so obsessed with what everyone was saying on social media. They were so mean. And I only read the negative comments. I was not reading the nice things. And I obsessed over it. I'm like, everyone hates me. Everyone thinks I'm a drunk. Everyone thinks I'm trash. Everyone thinks. But at this point, because I have stepped away from social media to an extent, I'm not interacting with haters. I don't do it anymore. I don't need to. I don't need that in my life. I have like amazing people in my life, amazing children. I need to keep it positive when I can.
But let me ask you this, because do you think that it's kind of sort of your fault because you have this I don't give a attitude, I'm strong, I'm going to say what I want, and people feel like they can come at you that way because you have presented yourself in that way?
I try to remind people we're trying to entertain you, but it is real life. And so if you're signing up to have everyone have an opinion on you, you got to take the good with the bad.
You got to take the good with the bad.
And it's hard to do. And I didn't do it for years. I fought with everyone, and it really, I like up my antidepressant. I was a mess. I was so depressed.
Because it's deep.
It's hard. People like, they want you dead. They don't want you, they're not just get off the show. It's like, you're dead. Your kids should be taken away. You're a whore. It's like, huh, okay, and I don't know you.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And I mean, like, you know, Kyle gets it too. She gets
all the time
so much hate, and we engage because we're good people, and we want to tell people, no, we're good people. I swear to God, it's just that one thing, that one time that you saw. You know, that's not who we are all of the time, and it is highlights of our life. It's not. It's 42 minutes of 7 different people, so it's highlights.
It's highlights, and it's hard because I feel like some housewives and some people on reality TV kind of sort of gas their fans up to attack other people.
Did someone say I was shocked to see her at that party. I'm like, you left Twitter for long enough to be here? I'm proud of you, girl.
Yes.
No, she ran from me. She wouldn't even come over. She was scared of me, which she should be scared of me because on Twitter she talks, and then when she sees me in real life, she didn't. I'm like, let's just have a conversation. Like, we've always been friends. If you're real brave behind the computer screen, if you're gonna walk your walk, like walk your walk. Do it in person. That makes me crazy. When people are like, da-da-da-da-da, and they see you, like, hi. I'm like, no, bitch.
And you'll tap a bitch on the shoulder and be like, yo, what's up?
Like, let's talk.
Let's talk.
Like, we never had a problem. We were friends. Like, why are you coming after me?
Right?
Like, what are you doing?
Damn. I love you.
I love you too.
Thank you so much for taking this sip.
Of course. So thanks for having me. Thanks for, like, the hair of the dog.
Oh my God. No, I cured it. Cheers.
Cheers.
Oh my God.
That was so fun.
Like what you saw? Hit subscribe. You don't want to miss any new episodes of Just a Sip, and you can catch up on any past episodes. The tea was hot, I'm telling you.